Eagerly awaited for some time now by the Flames of War gaming community, the new 4th edition of the rules is now here. Although compatible with many of the old supplements via a handy guide provided for free, Battlefront has decided to provide a focus for the release looking at the mid-war period in North Africa. So in addition to a new rulebook, Flames of War players can get 2 new supplements and a host of new miniatures. We're going to take a look at the new Desert Rats and Africa Core books which have just been published. The new Desert Rats book is designed to cover the period from 1942 until 1943. This is the crucial period for this era of operations, with the first and second battles of El Alamein and the eventual Allied push to destroy the Axis powers in the region. As always, the book contains an overview of the composition of a Desert Rats force, the relevant special rules, and a clearly defined guide to the theatre of operations, including some of the pivotal battles. There are also handy guides to what makes a mid-war Allied army in the desert different to the early war version. Know Your Tanks is a good visual guide to what you can field, and the trademark layout of the Desert Rats force helps you to get started with your options for collecting miniatures. In addition to the generic information about the Desert Rats Brigade, the supplement focuses on a number of key regiments from this part of the war, like the 8th King Royal Hussars as shown here. Other units outlined in the book are the Royal Scots Greys, County of London Yeomanry, and the Rifle Brigade. These forces provide players with examples of types of units they may wish to field, with all of them having a different role within the game. They are less definitive units, many more involved, more sample units that can help when planning out your purchases of the new excellent miniatures. There is a whole section dedicated to the use of support units, allowing the game even more options and the ability to add some additional models to their collection. Lastly, no Flames of War supplement would be complete without the incredibly useful painting guide, which covers tanks, infantry, aircraft and support weaponry from undercoat to basing. Not surprisingly, the new Africa Core book is designed to cover the same period, from 1942 to 43. Again, this is a crucial period for the Axis powers in the region. Axis players receive a useful guide to the composition of an Africa Core force, the relevant special rules, and a clearly defined guide to the theatre of operations, including some of the pivotal battles such as El Ham El Hafa and Mednin. There is also a handy guide to what makes a mid-war Axis army in the desert different to the early war version. Know Your Panzers is another suitably visual guide to what you can field, and the trademark layout for the Africa Core force helps you get started with your options for collecting miniatures. In addition to the generic information about the Africa Core, the supplement focuses on a number of key regiments from this part of the war, like the 90 Leichte Africa Division as shown here, but also other key units such as the Panzer Regiment 8 and the Panzer Regiment 5. The support units section of this supplement allows for some of the heavy hitters of the Africa Core to be deployed. There is the Tiger Mark I, the much feared HE anti-aircraft gun which was first used in the desert in an anti-tank role, and the deadly Stuka, able to hunt with ease across the open desert. Towards the back of the book you will find the standard painting guide, the usual well-researched and tried and tested methods that can be employed to get your new miniatures onto the tabletop, covering tanks, infantry, aircraft and support weaponry. This is always one of the best parts of any Flames of War book and has helped many a brush-challenged player to field decent miniatures. In addition to the high-quality photographs of miniatures and some great artwork, the overall look of each book is of a consistently high quality. Overall, if you have bought any of the Battlefront books before, you know what to expect. These are high quality, essential resources for Flames of War players who are moving on to try 4th edition rules. The 2 supplements are also useful guides to the war in the desert during World War II, for any gamer looking for inspiration or having problems dealing with the vast amounts of data available. A great deal of time, research and effort has gone into the production of these books, allowing the time-poor gamer to gain a rapid overview of what is required to field armies for this fascinating period of World War II history.